Let's take a minute to talk about troubleshooting tips for when you're on set and you're using flash photography and suddenly the strobe isn't firing. The first thing you want to check is that hot shoe connection between the trigger and your camera. So you'll want to make sure that if it's not firing, you go ahead and pull it off, that hot shoe. Make sure that this slides back in and then swing the arm around and you'll hear a click. That means you've got a tight connection. That's the most common reason for a flash to not be firing. Then also you want to check to make sure that the battery of your trigger has not burned out on you. So the LCD screen should light up, but sometimes when you're in sleep mode, you won't know. But if you can't get it to turn on, go and try taking those batteries out. Next, if you're firing and suddenly you're not firing, check that flash battery. You'll know if the flash battery is powered up because you'll see this red lightning bolt light up, which means you've got an active charge ready to go off. And you can just press that and you should see a flash activation. Next is going to be the channel ID. So every strobe has a channel and a trigger has a channel. So that's if you have multiple people on the same set shooting that you don't interact with each other. So on this particular strobe, I have channel 1, which is down here in this corner. You'll see it lit up on the LCD screen. You'll also see a matching channel on the trigger, which also says channel 1. Therefore, we know that they should be working together. So if I turn this on and fire, I get an activation. But if I had the channels mismatched, it wouldn't fire. Also, you want to go into the menus and check the ID setting. So some strobes and triggers have IDs as well as channels, and you'll find that through the menu, and then just make sure that they match. Next, if you're on set and you've been moving lights around, you may have accidentally pressed this wireless button right here. If you press that, the flash may still have the LED light, the modeling light activated, and you'll see this still lit, but you won't get a match between the trigger and the strobe. You've broken that communication. And it's as simple as just pressing this button here, which sometimes is pressed on accident. And you'll know that it's inactivated because you won't see the wireless signal up here on the LCD screen. All you have to do is just press it again to turn it back on and off. Next, high-speed sync. So if you're shooting faster than the native sync speed of your camera, you go into something called high-speed sync. And that requires turning it on if you're shooting faster than 1/200th of a second for Canon cameras or 1/250th of a second for Sony or Nikon cameras. To turn high-speed sync on, you'll need to press that H and lightning bolt button on the trigger, as well as on the flash, which is right here, as well as go into your camera menus and turn high-speed sync on. Now, if you're shooting less than 1/200th of a second for any camera, you don't have to worry about high-speed sync, you're safe. Now, lastly, dealing with your camera, you'll need to make sure that if you have a mirrorless camera, that you're not in electronic shutter mode, but mechanical shutter mode. Mechanical shutter mode is the only shutter mode that will fire flashes. And then lastly, make sure in the menus you go through and make sure that you've turned on external speed light control, that it's on. Hope you found this helpful and good luck with your shoot.